What's good, YouTube? Deluxe Kip here, and today I'm going to give you a deck profile for this new format. It's a lawn mowing Zoodiac deck. Lawn mowing should be dead for the most part after being switched to 1, but it can still be used as a tool to mill potentially 10 cards at the start of the game if opened, if you draw it in your opening hand. So let's get straight into the deck profile. We play 3 of this Predator Plant, the good one. This one searches out for special summons the other one. That one searches out Brilliant Fusion now. Used to be instant and brilliant, but just that. It's also the easiest way to go into Invoker at the moment because of the Terror Top hit. Yeah, so we play that package. They lose to hand traps pretty badly, but this deck just tends to be a bit sacky. Next thing, we got a bunch of rank 4 enablers. So we have Goblinberg, we have a Photon Thrasher, it's Zephyros, this clown. All of them are pretty good. They can be replaced by other things, sure. Probably more of a zoo engine, but I like the other rank 4s that are available at the moment in the game. How a lot of them do really well against certain decks. For example, dinosaurs, True Kings, or whatever, True King dinos. You can use like Dweller, Tornado Dragon, stuff like that. All those other cards are still really good. Helps you go into a Broad Bowl with 2 materials instead of just putting 1 zoo on top of it, so you get like additional uses out of the Broad Bowl potentially. Yeah. 1 brick, need it for the Brilliant Fusion. You could play 2, but you really don't want to draw this card. You really do not want to draw this card. Now that the deck is 50 cards, running less of certain things is best. That way you don't draw into them, because the deck is much smaller, so it's more consistent, which means you'll see some cards more than you normally do. 1 mana. It's a Lightsworn. We get to abuse the Lightsworn spell and trap card, or spell cards, only the spell cards. And if you have access to a Minerva, which I believe a lot of people will before Nationals, you can use this to draw a card along with like Raiden and other Lightsworns, depending on how you want to play the deck. Next up, Hiroku, used for the Bujin rank up play, or I say rank up, but it's just a different Bujin. So you go from Kagetsuchi into Amaterasu, and usually from that you can have a hand trap added to your hand and also extend the plays that you have on board. Next we have the whole zoo shebang. We got 1 Thoroughblade, 1 Ram, best one. Well, besides Rat, of course. 2 Rat, and 2 Whip. You guys could like adjust the lineup however you want. I like 2 Thoroughblade, but at the moment, because it's not pure, play 1. 3 Whiptails is really good too. You could take out some of the rank 4 enablers to play more of these, but it's all up to like you and how you like to play this type of deck. Next up we got 2 Raidens. Just lets you mill 4 potentially. That almost never happens. You just mill 2 and use it. The fact that it's a tuner, it's pretty cool. Sometimes it comes up, depends how you like to use your extra deck. For this deck list, it doesn't really come up as a tuner, but it's still a really good card. 3 Fairy Tale Snow, best card in the game, my favorite card at the moment. It's just really good. The entire reason why you still play 50 cards, no other reason. Yeah. 3 Wolf, really sacky, but we have ways to get rid of it, even if it's on our hand with any solar recharges that we use. Yeah, stuff like that. Milling it, you get a free special summon, which is pretty cool because it's a Beast Warrior, so you can use it in the Kagetsuchi with the zoo, and you get the effects of the zoos under Kagetsuchi, and really good, really good. 1 Gameciel, 1 Jizukuru. Use these as main deck outs to True Kings. So yeah, they serve their purpose fairly well. Alright, so next we got spell cards. We play 1 Lawn Mowing. Cards at 1. If it were at more than 1, we'd play more than 1. Foolish Burial. That's always been a really good card. It's a card I will always advocate for. Really good. Soul Charge. It kind of extends your play. This is to let you do more, but it has the downside that you can go into your battle phase. But usually just doing this on the first turn is really good. Helps you make that broken board, because that's the win condition of this deck. You just make a really good board, and you'll just win off of that. When Rhoda thin out our deck a little bit, searches for Thrasher and Raiden. I think Raiden Goblinberg. 2 recharge. Use it to discard a Lightsworn, draw 2, mill 2, and just lets you go through your deck a little faster. More food for your Fairy Tale Snow. That's why there's so many spell cards. Just stuff that you can quickly use and get more uses out of Fairy Tale Snow. You play 2 Charge of Light Brigade. Mill 3, search your card. Sounds good to me. 3 Brilliant. Play 3 because you want to open it in your opening hand. You're not always going to have the Terratop thing, the Predator Plant. So you need these to at 3 to draw it. If you draw into a late game after you've already used one, you could always emerald back the stuff that you used, but that's usually not the best idea. You can, it's always just like something that you can banish with Fairy Tale Snow, so that's really good. 3 Tinky, free search. You can pop it with Barrage to keep your Barrage on board. You could always just Fairy Tale Snow it away. Yeah, pretty good card. 100 boost sometimes comes up, not that often. And then 3 Barrage. Use it to pop special Zoo, of course, because Zoo's the best deck at the moment. Or maybe True King. I guess we still have to wait for the format to settle down a little bit, but yeah. So next we're gonna go into the trap cards. We got 1 Maxi, 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Ash Blossom. All really good cards. Just stop your opponent. We minimize the amount of trap cards that we can play / hand traps, because you really just want any combo piece that you can get in your opening hand to make that board just as great as you possibly can. 1 combo. Because you do mill, you could get this live just by using the zoos that are in your deck, not even going through that many like extra deck cards to use combo efficiently. So that's why we play this. Alright, now going into the extra deck, play 1 Seraphonite. There's only 1 Garnet, so only 1 Seraphonite. Makes sense. 1 Invoker. Of course, the only rank 3 that we play gets us a zoo, and that's good enough for me. I'm not that picky. 1 Tornado Dragon, pop back row, and the like, so really good. 1 Emerald, can play 2. It was a lot better at 2 with the Luna Light combo while that was still a thing. But now that it's at 1, I decided to keep only 1 in there, and yeah, because the only stuff you really want to like throw back into your deck is like hand traps, but there's other ways to cycle through your hand traps that have already been used. 1 Dweller, good against the dinosaur matchup, kind of good against the masterpiece decks, because their graveyard stuff doesn't work with the spells and traps if you use this, so not that bad. Now we got the zoo part of the extra deck. 1 Borbo, 1 Hammercon, 1 Tiger Warder, 1 Check-A-9, 1 Broad Bull, 1 Dryden. So only 1 of each, because it's not a pure zoo deck. There's like a there's like a different purpose to this deck. So with this 1 of each, it can get a little difficult, like using it to its full potential. Best way to use it is with, or best way to use it multiple times is to combo the ones that you've already used back into your deck, or use Emerald, and yeah. So now the rest of the extra deck, we play the Bujin combo, the Kagutsuchi into the Amaterasu with the Heroku. Mill 5 first, and then rank it up. You automatically will always have a target with this guy if you use Heroku, so you can special summon back the Heroku and use it for another rank 4, so it makes your board more developed. Pretty good. And if you have a Fairy Tale Snow that you milled in earlier in the same turn, you can banish some hand traps, so then during your opponent's turn you can always add back a hand trap with Amaterasu. Really good with that. And then the Utopia combo, Lightning, and yeah, just Utopia. Get over problematic things, Cosmo stuff, I guess, if they're still around. Gets rid of Masterpiece. effectively, I guess, because it's hard to get like big extra deck monsters out in this deck unless you're using like the zoos, but even then they don't get that big. So it's another out masterpiece in the main deck because you don't want to lose to just one card. And yeah, so let me know what you think about this deck. It could use a little work, I guess, but all decks will change like to accommodate the format. So that's probably what will happen to this deck. It was a lot. Well, I haven't really tested it out quite as much as I did the 60 card variant, but I feel like this is like the best way to play this type of deck right now. Is just throw in as many zoos as you can and play a bunch of cards that you can just like go back through. So yeah, let me know what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah. And this has been Deluxe Mudkip, and I'm out.